video, and today I'm going to be asking our Georgie Bears some questions you guys might have. So the first question is, Dear Georgie Bear, are we allowed to see our friends in other grade 6 classes, or do we have to stay in our bubble group?
Of course, we don't know what COVID guidelines we'll have to follow, but we don't have bubbles. But if we don't have bubbles, you will be able to see students in other grade 6 classes at lunch and at options. You won't see grade 7 and 8 though, because they have different lunch tools.
Our second question is, Dear Georgie Bear, how do I find out what bus to take or where to catch it?
There is a website your parents can use to find out bus information. They just enter your address and it tells you what bus to take and the time in the bus stop. Also, on the first day, teachers will help make sure everyone knows what bus to take if you don't know already.
Our third question is, Dear Georgie Bear, do we have to try out for sports or just join? About how many people try out? How many teams do you have?
We have soccer, badminton, basketball, and volleyball. They all have tryouts. Everyone is welcome to join cross country and track and field. We usually have lots of teams, a girls team, a boys team, and one at each grade level. The number of people who try out can vary on depending the activity. It's hard to say, but please try out, it's lots of fun.
Our fourth question is, Dear Georgie Bear, how do I try out for a team?
It's important to listen to the announcements and check the school website for important dates and times of our practices and games. Soccer and cross country starts right away, so make sure you pay attention that first week of school.
Our fifth question is, Dear Georgie Bear, are there any school spirit days?
Yes, we have lots of school spirit days when you wear purple or gold, pajamas, jerseys, crazy hats, and lots of fun. Plus, we have Carnival Week with lots of spirit days and fun activities.
Our sixth question is, Dear Georgie Bear, I heard George has options. What does that mean?
The word option, you have options. Some of the options is what we call.
Our seventh question is, Dear Georgie Bear, what time does school start and finish? Will we have Wednesday afternoons off?
If we go back to the pre-COVID hours, school will likely start around 8:20 and finish just before 3. Sorry, no, Wednesdays are not off. That's just the way it is after elementary.
Our eighth question is, Dear Georgie Bear, how big are the lockers? What do we do if we forget our locker combination?
The lockers are half size, but you don't have to share. There will be lots of practice the first few days until you get the hang of using a locker. You should write your combination down in case you forget it. You will have a copy of your combination in case you forget it.
Our ninth question is, Dear Georgie Bear, can I leave the property at lunchtime to go downtown or visit my parent at work?
No, you can't leave at lunch. Sometimes we have downtown lunches with our class, but otherwise you stay here. If your parent wants to pick you up, they have to sign you out.
Our 10th question is, Dear Georgie Bear, what food do you have in the cafeteria? How much does stuff cost?
The cafeteria has lots to choose from. Every day they have a special meal like tacos and even pancakes. The special is usually $5.25. They have their own Facebook page so you can see the menu and place orders on
that. Our 11th question is, Dear Georgie Bear, is there a dress code?
We don't have a typical dress code. Instead, we promote a school culture that is honest, respectful, and free. So you can't wear clothing with things about drugs, alcohol, or other stuff that could be considered inappropriate or offensive.
Our 12th question is, Dear Georgie Bear, are there any split classes like grade 6/7 split?
Every year is different. We do have one grade 7-8 split class this year, but we don't have any split classes planned for grade 6 next year.
Our 13th question is, Dear Georgie Bear, how much homework or a lot of projects in grade 6?
There isn't a lot of homework, but you need to be organized. There are some projects. It's a good idea to use a daily planner to keep track of due dates, and also a good idea to write your homework down every day.
Our 14th question is, Dear Georgie Bear, can I use my phone at lunch hour?
No. If you have a phone, you should keep it in your locker. Sometimes your teacher may give you permission to use it for schoolwork, but the rest of the time it should not be out.
Our 15th question is, Dear Georgie Bear, what do you do in tech? What kind of coding do they do?
Students do a program called cyber communication. The main character is Cyber. Students use Scratch for coding. It's all based on block coding. Students also learn keyboarding.
Our 16th question is, Dear Georgie Bear, GSMS is a big building. Do we mix with other grades?
GSMS seems big, but you will get the hang of it. Each grade level has its own floor and don't mix. Even grade 6 has its own section called the Annex. It's only grade 6 classes in the Annex.
Dear Georgie Bear, I heard George has options. What does that mean?
The word options is what we use for lunchtime activities. You have options, meaning choices of what you want to do during your lunch hour. Some of our options are gym, library, and strip. The strip is what we call our playground.
Our 18th question is, Dear Georgie Bear, how big are the lockers? What do we do if we forget our locker combination?
The lockers are half size, but you don't have to share. There will be lots of practice for the first few days until you get the hang of using a lock. You should write down your combination down in case you forget, but don't worry, the teachers will have a copy in case you forget it.
Our 19th question is, Dear Georgie Bear, what food do you have in the cafeteria? How much does stuff cost?
The cafeteria has lots to choose from. Every day they have a special meal like spaghetti, lasagna, tacos, and even pancakes. The special is usually $5.25. They have their own Facebook page so you can see the menu and place orders online. You can also pay there.
Our 20th question is, Dear Georgie Bear, how do I find out what bus to take or where to catch it?
There is a website your parents can use to find out bus information. They just enter your address and it tells you what bus to take and the time and the bus stop. Also, on the first day, the teachers will help you make sure that everyone knows what bus to take if you don't already know.
Our 21st question is, Dear Georgie Bear, how do I try out for a team?
It's important to listen to the announcements and check the school website for important dates and times and tryouts. Practices and games. Soccer and cross country start right away, so make sure you pay attention that first week of school.
Our 22nd question is, Dear Georgie Bear, what non-sports extracurriculars are there?
We have so many fun clubs and activities you can join. If you like music, we have a band, no experience necessary, choir, and our school music production. We also have art club and coding club. We have SRC, so you can be class rep, join Global Minds, chess club, best buddies, or Beyond the Herd. And if we don't have a club that you want, just tell us and we can usually start one up.
Our 23rd question is, Dear Georgie Bear, are we going to have time between classes to get our stuff out of our lockers?
You will have time to go to your lockers in the morning, at break, lunch, and at the end of the day. You won't go to your locker between every class. Don't worry, the teachers will help you get the hang of it.
Our 24th question is, Dear Georgie Bear, are stuffies allowed at school?
We don't have a rule about stuffies, but we encourage students to leave toys at home. If you do bring them, they have to stay in your book bag or locker.
Our 25th question is, Dear Georgie Bear, are there different teachers for different classes? Do the kids change classes or do the teachers change?
You will probably have different teachers for different subjects. The students move from class to class. Don't worry, someone will show you where to go so you won't get lost.
Our 26th question is, Dear Georgie Bear, what sports do you have?
The school year begins with cross country and soccer. After soccer, we have badminton, then basketball starts around Christmas and volleyball starts around March break. The school year ends with track and field. We try to get as many people as possible to join so you can look forward to that.
Our last and final question is, Dear Georgie Bear, do we need to bring separate clothes for gym?
If we are back to normal, no COVID rules, then students will change into clothes for phys ed at the beginning of class and change back into their regular clothes before class ends. You need to have a clean indoor non-marking sneakers.
That concludes me asking Georgie Bear some awesome questions. We would like to thank y'all for coming on today, and we hope that next year, your first year of middle school is absolutely amazing. Bye.